I think Trump's unelectability will be palpable by then. We all know that he will lose, or let me put it this way. We all know that he's so much more likely to lose the White House than anybody else running for president on our side of the aisle. So why would we want to go with that? The only reason he stays where he is because everybody's afraid of him. The fact that he polls so much poorer than anybody else running for president as a Republican against a Democrat is enough right there. Whether he runs or not, I don't really know if it matters. He's not going to be the nominee, I don't think.
This was from a few weeks ago, and former Speaker of the House Paul Ryan kept that same energy this week saying, quote, "We won't nominate Trump because we want to win. The suburban voter doesn't like Trump. We haven't lost this much this fast than we have with Trump. We lost the House, the Senate, and the White House in a span of 2 years. We don't want to repeat that." Now, I'm not going to get into whether or not the new swing voter in America is actually the suburban voter, or what polls currently say about Trump's chances against a Joe Biden or any other Democrat in 2024, because they're unreliable and things change. See, polling numbers from 2016 and how Trump didn't win the popular vote, but became the president anyway. So I don't think Paul Ryan understands what suburban voters want, so much as he's identifying who the suburban voter is. He's talking about white women, and the GOP strategy is usually to scare white women in particular to get their votes. I don't make the rules, and I'm not saying anything new. You know what I'm talking about. Before I continue, if there's a "don't paint with a broad brush, you're using general statements to describe a lot of people" type of person out there, yeah, I know. Look, I clearly take Columbus everywhere with me, and even though I was born and raised in the inner city, after my wife and I had kids, we moved to the suburbs for a better school district than the one I was brought up in. I made a video about the Columbus City school teacher strike where I explained how my elementary school looks the same way it did 30 years ago. Anyways, do you remember this scare tactic?
So you have this beautiful community in the suburbs, including women, right? Women, they want security. I ended where they build low-income housing project right in the middle of your neighborhood. I ended it. If Biden gets in, he already said it's going to go at a much higher rate than ever before. And you know who's going to be in charge of it? Cory Booker. That's going to be nice, okay?
To my wife and I, what Trump told Laura Ingraham back in August of 2020 was what we wanted. This was the opposite of scary. Not scary. My wife would gladly welcome Cory Booker to the House, and he would bring Rosario Dawson. I still want that to this day. 45 was hoping middle America would shudder and clutch its pearls and drop its pumpkin spice. Here's how Refinery 29 put it. Trump's biggest nightmare that he is peddling is the most horrible thing he can think of is happening to America is that a black man, in this case Cory Booker, with a history of fighting for fair and affordable housing, gets to do so with greater influence. The subtext of what he is saying to his prospective voters is clear. Do you really want a black man saying who can live in your suburbs? So without Trump, how else and who else will fearmonger the white suburban woman to vote for Republicans? Well, Paul Ryan said he thought there was a slate of candidates other than Trump, anyone not named Trump, as he put it, who could scare people to vote for them. He named Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who is trying to legislate fear of queer and gender nonconforming people into his state, amongst other things. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, who won his election by convincing his state to be scared of CRT, and former Vice President Mike Pence, who's afraid of Trump. Reminder, Republicans lost the House and Senate kind of while Ryan was part of the Trump administration, and the GOP has only won one popular vote in presidential elections since Daddy Bush. We know what most white men are going to do. Let's see what Trump's going to do. For Rebel HQ, I'm Jeff Wiggins. My architect knows Japanese. For more from the Young Turks, stay right here. To see additional content from yours truly, click on the Jeff Wiggins hashtag. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, We Gonna Be Alright. Thanks for watching.